Okay, so now I'd like to make uh, a binary image of land versus water in the Pleistocene. So I'm just calling it a land binary. And there's the snippet. I'm gonna come over to here, paste it in there. So make and display the land binary for the Pleistocene, make the land binary. So the basic idea is that we need to take this thing, we're going to store it in this container called land Pleistocene. We need to take that grid of bathymetry data, and then we want to just threshold it so that everything that is above our ice age sea level variable, a negative 140, is going to be land, and everything that's under that is going to be water. So I'm going to say let's threshold this by saying greater than, and then I'm going to, did I copy it? I'm just going to copy that variable and paste it in here and say, um, great. So that should give me a 0 if it's less than that and water, and a 1 if it's greater than that and land. And I'm not going to do GTE. I'm just going to say greater than. This is pretty coarse stuff, right? Because we're dealing with a kilometer pixel. I do want to rename this band, and I'm going to call it land. And then I'm going to close the statement. It's already closed there, so don't have to worry about that. And now I'd like to see this, so I'm going to say map, add layer, and I'd like to see the land Pleistocene. For display, I'm saying use the palette of this, and it needs to be a string. So I'm just going to copy that in there, right? So curly brackets, because this is the vis parameters, I'm just defining it on the line that I'm displaying the data with. I've asked you to use this as the name for the layer, so let's do that. And let's go ahead and show it by default, and so that when you run this, this gets displayed. And I think we're going to have to do one more thing to it. And what you should get is probably a big box, big gray box. So this color here that I just added, the D3, D3, D3 is this light gray color. But the issue is that I haven't defined my min and max. So it's displaying both zeros and ones. If I grab my inspector and clicked around here, Pleistocene, land 0, land 1, um, land 1. So whether it's 0 or 1, it's being displayed with this color. So I could go in and define the min and max and all that business, but what I really want to do is just the easiest kind of thing here. Because this is a binary, let's just self-mask it so that the ocean, which is 0, is going to be see-through, and the 1 that is land will be gray, and then I don't have to bother defining the min and max values because there's only going to be one thing displayed. So this should give us a light gray um, outline of the Pleistocene shoreline. Is that fair? So what you see is that the four northern islands were part of this big island that's called Santa Rosa, but it's not connected to the mainland. There's the Port Hueneme Canyon here that winds up separating it from the mainland. San Nicolas is part of a much larger island, Catalina. There are these two. This is like the Cortez Banks, and if you're ever going to like deep, like fishing and any of the fishing, if you ever get on a fishing boat, you'll probably go out to these banks. But there are these kind of lost islands of the Pleistocene that used to be off the Mexican U.S. border. Is that fair? So that looks pretty good. It's super jagged, but that's okay, right? This is not about exactitude. We're using maps to be able to see in the past and try to basically visualize a world that we don't have access to, which is kind of a theme in this class. So I'm going to save that and keep moving.